You tell me. I feel like if you study for that
No,
long, I'm sure you should know a good amount.
Yeah, that's what you think. Like, that's America.
That's America.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to an episode of An Interesting Discussion Sometimes. Today, I'm here with Haran and Christian, and we also have a very, very special guest. This is her third appearance on the show.
Wow.
Tam, do you want to introduce yourself again?
Okay. Last time I was on here, or the first time, I had black hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I had red hair. And now I have black hair again.
Wow.
Full circle.
You also had red cowboy boots, right? Or something like that?
That's
yeah, those red
Do you
shoes.
still have those?
I do. But I'm not wearing them. They're in storage right now.
Mm.
I'm done being a clown, you know?
You may not
somebody
be a clown.
has to stop.
But you're with clowns.
Yeah.
So you played
Yes.
yourself.
But we're missing one.
How did
we're
you know I was
missing,
going to say that?
We're missing our
Am
best
I being
clown.
punked?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, we should address the elephant in the room, or, sorry, the elephant, rather, not in the room. Harsh is not
so
here today,
mean.
unfortunately,
Oh.
because of some work commitments.
He's taking PTO. He's taking PTO from the podcast.
Yeah, man.
To go be in Miami with his actual job. What the fuck is he?
But that being said, he still wanted to be a part of the episode. So he prepared a small audio clip for you, Tam.
For me?
Which is, yeah,
Just
just
for
for
you.
you.
No one
and I
does
guess-
anything for me. That's
Just to give some context, Tam has been literally a world traveler, which we'll get into. But that's kind of what Harsh's question is about. So, Christian, if you want to go ahead and play it, and Tam can respond.
Hey, Tam, sorry I couldn't be there, but I did have a question about your Europe travels. I heard you went to Switzerland. I want to know what was so good about Switzerland, but I heard that the flag is a big plus.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah, the flag's nice. Wait, does he actually want me to answer the question, or do you just want to say the joke?
He's
I
trying
think
to
it's
make a joke
both. I
with
think it's
he
both.
wanted to
I
make a
think
joke
it's
with the flag, but I think he still wants to know what Switzerland's
Yeah.
like. I'm assuming.
Okay. Well, I only went to Zurich, which is not the countryside of Switzerland, which is what everyone raves about. Didn't have enough time to explore much, but it was nice. I just remember okay. Have you guys been to Burger King?
Yeah,
Of
Like,
course.
how much is a burger at Burger King in the States?
like probably like $6 or so.
No
$7.
way. Whoa.
Yeah.
That much?
Yeah, I mean, it's gone up since you last went, bro. I know you haven't gone in
Yeah.
like 20 years.
I've not been. I actually think I've ever gotten a burger from Burger King.
Yo, there's one down the road for me, bro. Next, when you come over this weekend, bro, we're going Burger King. Fuck it.
I only get onion rings from Burger King, but $6? No way.
Onion rings.
Yeah, onion rings from Burger King is pretty good.
Anyway, I think they're expensive. So, yes.
You want to guess how much? Okay, so Swiss francs, which is the currency there, is equivalent to the US dollar, or at least it was when I was there. Guess how much a burger is.
Wait, I know
in
about this because
Switzerland.
I don't know the answer, but my brother went to Switzerland, and I think he was saying how expensive everything was.
Oh.
So I'm gonna guess something
Yeah.
crazy like $27.
$27. Okay, chill out. I'm going like 12.
Maybe like 30.
Okay, it's 18.
Okay,
But that's still a lot,
That's a
isn't
lot.
it?
That's a lot.
That's a
Like
lot.
at the Burger King.
Yeah.
The Burger King in Switzerland, in Zurich, Switzerland.
Damn.
Yeah. It was really nice. A lot of nature, but I guess I just don't have much to say about it because I only spent a couple days there and it didn't really explore much. So sorry, Harsha.
Oh.
It does have a nice.
Did you get any chocolate there? Sorry, I don't interrupt you.
No, I didn't. Why? Was I supposed to?
I feel like Swiss has good chocolate.
Swiss
I don't know.
chocolate, Yeah.
I've had some Swiss chocolate before. It's not bad. Oh, I've had like branded Swiss chocolate. I don't know if it's actually from
Yeah,
Switzerland.
you don't know.
Where's Toblerone from? Is that Switzerland?
Germany.
Germany? That makes more
I don't
sense.
know.
Toblerone's good.
I'm just lying.
I'm
I don't
just
know.
lying.
I think I could just say any country and you would believe it.
Probably. You're right. You're right.
I guess before we move on anymore, we should give a little bit more context of what the fuck we were talking about when we say Tam is a world traveler. But just to give, a little bit more detail, Tam in the most recent months has visited, and I'll list out the countries now: France, Italy, Netherlands, Hungary,
Damn.
Germany, Switzerland, Czech Republic, United Kingdom, Croatia, Belgium, and Mexico.
Oh. Name the odd one out.
But yeah, Tam, do you want to talk about like how this?
Oh, I guess. Well, I was gonna say even before we get to all of that, should we like talk about since she's the last one in the podcast and how she got to here? Like,
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
I guess whatever you want to say, Tam. Up until this point, how have you got here?
So you want me to talk about my life since my red hair?
How did we come back? How did we go back to black hair? What happened?
Wow. Oh shit. That's a long story. Well, just kidding. Maybe it is. Okay, I'll try to go fast. So last time I was on the podcast, I think I remember, I just moved to New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was only there for a year, which I never anticipated on leaving New York, but I really wanted to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I didn't want to pay rent. So I was like, when can I do that? Oh, when my lease ends. So my lease ended in July, and I booked a one-way flight to Paris because it was the cheapest, honestly, cheapest flight from New York. And me and my friend Maggie, we're kind of like the same person. She was also working remotely and just having the desire to do something and do more and just travel. So yeah, there's this one day in May that the flights, May or March or something, the flights just became really cheap, and it was like $200 to go to Paris, and we're like, let's just do it. So we booked that flight. Yeah. I think flights to France and Portugal and Spain seem to like just be the cheapest overall. So you could probably do like 400 round trip, 400, 500 if you book soon.
That's crazy, yeah.
So I was like, let's just fucking do it. So we did it, and then from then on, we started planning out like, oh, how long can we go for? So I was gone for 3 months, and that was because that's the longest that you can stay in Europe without having a visa. I mean, I was leaving to go to the United Kingdom, so that kind of like restarts your thing. So I technically could have stayed longer, but our flight was in September. So just to give you a timeline, booked the flight in like March or May. I can't remember which month. And then my lease in New York ended at the end of July, so July 31st. I moved back to Virginia for 1 month. So all of August I was home. And then my flight was like September 3rd or 4th to Paris. And we planned all the way until our accommodation in our countries until October, which is like Croatia, France, and Italy. And then, after that, we were just like kind of like, oh, where are we going next? Or we had an idea, but from there, we're so used to moving around that we were like, we can just book our stuff a week in advance and it'll be fine. And then I came home back to the States like the first week of December. Wow. And I didn't book that flight until like Thanksgiving or something like that.
Crazy.
That is
My
crazy.
mom was like, come home. You better come home right now. Yeah. And I was like, no, I don't want to come home. And, so I guess more context. I work remotely, and that's why I was able to do that. But then I didn't like working, so then I quit my job.
Crazy.
In the middle of my trip, because I was like, fuck this. So if you're looking for advice, just don't listen to me.
I don't know, man. I feel like everybody that we know always like looks at that trip and is like, holy shit, like that's the coolest thing any person could do, like at our age at least. Like have that freedom.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like,
I think go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just gonna add that whenever we talk about you, we always say that you're the coolest person we know.
Stop. Guys, don't boost my ego like that. Now I'm just gonna spend more money and keep being unemployed. Like, I don't know. So I did not anticipate on quitting my job. Right. So I didn't have like in mind savings idea or an idea to save. Like I wasn't like, I'm going to quit my job, so I need to stop spending money type of thing. I kind of just did it because in my soul, I was like, I physically cannot do this anymore. Like I'm so unhappy, like mentally unwell, and I can't have fun while I'm traveling and also do a job at the same time. Right. And I thought I could do it. Like I think a lot of people on social media, at least like my algorithms are all like, you can work remotely and you can have fun,
Yeah.
but it's like really mentally draining. I mean, you all have done it at some point, right?
Yeah.
Or like at least school even school or doing some sort of remote work. Like I was working US hours in Europe, but then the project I was on was just like going so fast paced that I ended up working from like morning to all the way till midnight because I couldn't like get my mind off of work ever.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, this is not what I want to do with my life.
Right.
And so yeah, I felt so much better when I quit. And then yeah.
What did you do the first day after you quit?
What did I do?
Yeah, do you remember like that first day you quit your job? What you did?
Oh, I bought my flight to Vietnam.
Fair.
Yeah, I did that. I was in Berlin, I remember. And then me and my friend, I think, went out to eat and drink. And yeah.
But your friend
I felt
also
very
working
free.
the whole remote the whole time too?
Yeah, so funny thing is she quit her job right before we went. So we kind of flip-flopped. And then she got a job while we were there.
Oh,
and she's working freelance.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, she's also a designer, so we had fun like going back and forth and like talking about things and like bitching about things and just yeah, it was a good dynamic.
Nice.
Thinking about it, you know, working remotely in a different country would be so cool. But especially when you're on the go like that, I feel like it would be really, like, personally, it would be really difficult for me because, like, you don't have, like, that comfortable same space every day, you know what I mean? Like, it's always something different, and, like, there's not enough, like, structure, I guess, if you're doing that. So I would definitely, I feel like, burn out with work as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, shout out to you, man, for actually, you know, I feel like most people would just, like, be like, no, like, fuck this, I guess I have to go back, you know? But you quit your job, dude, that's, like, a huge decision, right? So that's awesome.
Thank you. It did take a lot, and yeah, you are right. There were many times where I was like super uncomfortable, like not having my monitor, not having a chair to sit in, not having a room to do meetings. I mean, like, because she was also working too, so we needed to like make sure our meeting times didn't clash. Like I was like sitting on the toilet taking calls at one point with like my camera on. I was like, I'm not even sorry. Like, this is the only place where you can hear me. So like, you have to deal with it.
Crazy.
Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And my company allowed that flexibility, you know. They were like, yeah, you can work from anywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna work from the toilet. Thank you. Yeah. It was super hard, and it's not for everyone. And I think people glamorize it a lot until you actually do it. You're like, you can travel and work. No, it's not enjoyable like that. Like, it's not vacation.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the TikToks that you just see will be like, they'll be outside on a balcony and like in the background, it's like a beach, and then they just have a drink next to them with their laptop, and they're like, this is great. Like, you guys can work from anywhere. And I'm like, damn, that looks good. But then I guess we're hearing realistic.
Then you get like 3 Teams notifications while you're like,
yeah, that's what they don't show. That's what they don't show.
Your head explodes. Yeah,
they muted their Slack updates. Yeah.
it's nice for a little bit, and then it kind of just gets tiring to pretend like you can do both. Or at least I was getting really tired of it. But I do commend people who are able to do it. I mean, working from home is just really hard for anyone in general. Like, the boundaries thing for me is just bleh.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes.
So when you guys were planning like what country you're going to go to and where you're going to stay, like did either you two already have like friends in the area that you knew that were there, or is it just like just going there and just trying to meet random people once you got there?
In the beginning, we first I think that was like our first thing was, who do we know in Europe, and not to like kind of prowl. How do we not pay? But it's like, who do we need to see? So Maggie has family in France, so we stayed with them for a portion of the time. I had a friend that I really wanted to see in Italy, so that actually brought us to like visit Milan. Like, obviously we wanted to visit Italy, and we had like 2.5, 3 weeks to spend there, but definitely him being in Milan, in Monza, or close to Milan, which is Monza, brought us to the northern part of Italy, because we originally like probably with doing like tourism research, you probably wouldn't find yourself there unless you really like fashion or cities, but it pushed us to go there more. Maggie's sister just also moved to London, and so we spent some time with her. And those, I think there were a few other moments, but mostly since we were both working from home, we booked Airbnbs or places that we knew like Wi-Fi could be reliable and we could read reviews, and people like, I worked from home here and it was okay. But yeah, after I quit my job and after Maggie left, because she actually ended up leaving in the middle of the trip, so I did like I think a month and some change alone in Europe.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up staying at hostels and meeting people and also not meeting people because it's so interesting, like the hostel vibe.
Yeah.
And that was super fun. So it pushed me out of my comfort zone to like talk to people. I think I'm a pretty like sociable person too. But yeah, that part of it was fun too. And also like on Instagram, I have a lot of Instagram friends. So we were able to like meet them, and I've been friends with some of them for years, like Lydia, her name is Thrift Diary on Instagram, and Sophie, my friend Sophie, both of them live in London, and we got to meet up with them.
wow.
That's so cool.
That's actually so cool.
Friend,
yeah. Wow.
My friend Helly in Belgium, I've been friends with her literally since I had like 50 followers on Instagram. I don't know how we found each other, but she's lived in Belgium like her whole life, I'm pretty sure. And it's crazy how the internet just like brings people together.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's so fucking crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Just like a random follow could like, damn,
Should be
that's
like a friend
so
that
lit.
you
Actually,
see,
that's so lit.
Yeah, but I feel like I feel like boys meet a lot of people like through playing video games, right? You just like chat with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was younger, that definitely was more of a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, like maybe people at that age still do it to this day, but I feel like nowadays, I don't know, I would never like converse with somebody outside of a game that like I meet online, just because like you never know, like, you know, this is like a lot of stereotypes about like dudes who like play video games all day and like live in their mom's basements and all that kind of stuff that like they could be sus. So I feel like at least I have that preconceived notion of like, all right, you gotta be like kind of careful when you're talking to these random strangers on the internet, you know, kids like saying like racial slurs and like all that kind of stuff. It's like,
Okay, I guess, well, like with Instagram, you basically are exposing your whole life.
Yeah,
so
there's a little more.
See,
That's true.
You get a more intimate,
you
like,
can see
reaction of like who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maggie, the girl I followed with, I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but we met on Instagram.
Oh,
that's so cool.
That's like an Instagram. It's like an influencer trip. God damn.
Tam is an influencer, man. She's
for real.
Dude, I fucking wish like that whole trip was paid for by someone.
Some ad.
You know, but we can only try and we can only manifest.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Maggie she's from Taiwan, but she moved to the Bay Area for college, and then we moved to New York at the same time, and we noticed that we were both moving there. And yeah, we started hanging out in New York, and then a couple months after we met, we were like, yeah, let's go to Paris. So that's wild also. And we're still like really good friends to this day. Yeah, all my friends are from the internet.
I don't know.
Do you think it's better to go on trips with like people that you don't know as well, and as opposed to like a best friend? Or,
you know, that's a good question, because I feel like trips can like really make or break friendships.
Yeah, I guess the way I'm looking at it is because like if you go with someone that like you've just started to talk to within the last few months, then like when you go there you'll have a lot more to talk about. But like if you go with like someone that like, so say I went with Christian or something, like I feel like me and Christian know like most there is to know about each other.
I'm not talking to you during that trip, bro.
My point is like if you go on a trip for someone like for like me and True go on a trip for one like for that long, I just feel like we talk a lot already, that like if we were only seeing each other like every day, I think after a couple of days we would get like really pissed off at each other. I don't know.
I would never be
well, you
tired
guys
of
live
maybe.
together.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's just we've
like
been through that,
thing.
and I feel like it was my I don't know if that's true though. I think
I think that like I don't know. I feel like going on trips and living together, like, I mean, Tam, you'll know more about this, but like if you go on a long-term trip with somebody, right, like you see how like they react under pressure, how like Tam's talking about having to like book hostels like last second, or like do all these other things that aren't just like associated with being a trip. So I feel like in that circumstance, like you do find out a lot more about like kind of like you don't know somebody till you live with them, and then this is like another version of that. So like you don't know somebody. So like when we went to Cabo, for example, right? Like it was all pretty much like pre-planned, so we didn't have to do any of that. But if it wasn't something like that where we had to like make up what we wanted to do like every day, then I feel like that would have shown like more of a plus we were only there for like 5 days. But like, you know.
I see what we're saying, yeah.
I don't know if there's like a good answer to that, but I definitely know who I can travel with and who I can't travel with now. And it's mostly like I know the type of travel that I like. Like ever since doing Europe, I don't care for luxury, and I know that. I care like maybe I'll do like 1 or 2 nice dinners every couple weeks, but I am perfectly fine sleeping on the floor. I'm perfectly fine staying with someone's family. Like I'm okay. I've had days where I couldn't shower for 3 days, and that's fine. Or like living with AC, I'm fine with. But like I know some people like it's okay to want those things. It's okay to need those things, but if it's like that detriment to your morning routine, I think that's the thing I notice the most is like your morning routines and your nighttime routines should match up. So like always go on vacation or travel with people who are, I like to wake up and go. Yeah. But that's not going to work for someone who like, likes to wake up at noon and then party all night. Like I also like to party all night, but like I still like waking up early. And then I'm like okay with not having routines. So like if people need to work out in the mornings all the time, like I'll probably do it with you, and that'll help me because I like need to move my body too. But it's not something that I feel is so ingrained in me that I need to do every day. So like if your friend likes to work out every single day during vacation and you do too, like that's a good match. So, but you don't really like find out these things until you actually go on vacation with people. So it's a little difficult. But for Mexico, every day we kind of just woke up and we're like, what do we want to do? Like it was more go with the flow. We didn't really have an itinerary, and we actually didn't stay at a resort in Mexico, which I from my experience in the past going to Mexico, I just stayed at a resort, and like, you know, the pool's right there, the beach is right there, the food is right there. But we stayed at an Airbnb, and we 10-minute walk to the beach max. Then we'd like walk around and just like feel whatever food we were feeling. And I think it was like the group of people I went with that made it that flexible. And I knew if things ever got like weird, I would be okay expressing that with them because they are my friends. So I think it's like not better, but for me, knowing my friends well, I know like, okay, I would do well with this person in this situation, this kind of travel. And me and Maggie, like, we mesh well together because we're just like, whatever. We're like, whatever, let's just wake up and figure out what we want to do. Whatever, let's just quit our jobs, whatever. We both like to take risks. We're both pretty adventurous people. We both like to eat, and we're like really flexible and adaptable to things. But I do like see areas where when you start planning things and then it's like, oh, this person plans everything, and then this person is the navigator. Like it's really difficult to feel like when all the burdens put on you. I hate being like the only one that's navigating, or I hate being the only one that's like, let's plan the itinerary, or like let's plan where to eat. Like there definitely needs to be a balance, and like you do this, you do this, you do this.
So did you feel that when you were like alone for that month and a half?
You know what? No, because I would just like wake up every day and be like, what do I want to do today? So this is how I planned Maggie and I planned the whole trip. We would just be like, okay, this is where we are. Let's go on TikTok and type in like things to do in Rome. And then we'd like go on TikTok and we would pin all of those. We would have a shared Google Map link. And I don't know if you knew how to do that, but you can pin and save locations on Google Maps. And we would just have one link and we could both use it. So wherever we ended up, we're like, okay, today in Rome, it's raining. So let's do something else. Let's go thrifting. We just pick one location that we pinned the night before, go thrifting. And then while we're there, since we spent the night like pinning all these other things, we're like, oh, what's nearby? And then you just zoom into the map. It also sorts like by distance. So that's good for you if you don't want to do like at 9 a.m. we're doing this, 12 p.m. we're doing this. We just picked one starting point and then we would go from there. So like, oh, food is like 0.5 miles. Okay, yeah, let's go 0.5 miles. And then from there, what's there to do around there? Like, what do we feel like doing next? And I used like that same methodology when I was alone too. But obviously, like I didn't go out late at night a lot because I didn't know. But I did ask a lot of women there, like, how when I was meeting people, like, how do you feel walking alone? They're like, yeah, it's fine. Like, why are you scared? And I was like, okay. I was like, okay, let me just go walk around at night. But honestly, it's I don't want to like, obviously you know your own boundaries
Right,
and you know
right.
what's best and safe for you, but it was really wonderful to hear that people can just walk around
Yeah.
at any point of day. But it got dark at like 4 p.m. and it like fucked me up.
Ugh.
I was like eating dinner at 3,
Ugh.
back in my bed at 4, and I was like, wow, am I supposed to pick up reading now? Like, what is
Dude, yeah. When I was in the UK, like in the winter time, like I know it gets dark here early too, but I swear it doesn't get bright there until later as well. I swear, like the light hours there were literally from like 11 a.m. to like 3 p.m. That's what it fucking felt like. Every day felt like it was like 4 hours long. It was so weird.
Jesus Christ.
So disorienting. And like when we would go outside, it's not even like bright. It's literally just like gloomy.
Yeah.
Like might be just finished raining or something.
Yeah.
Like I like UK
Did you
culture.
like
I just
it?
don't like the weather. I don't think I could do the weather.
Yeah, actually, like my least favorite place for travel was London. I didn't like London very much. I liked the people there.
Yeah.
Like, I liked the people that I made friends with there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I liked the 2 girls that I had met from Instagram that I spent the day with, and I really enjoyed seeing London through like Maggie's sister's eyes and stuff. But itself as a town was like much different, and I don't know what I expected about going to London.
Right.
But wait, how long were you there for?
Not that long. I wasn't even in the city. I was in Milton Keynes, which is like an hour and a half north of London. I've been to London too, like in the past, but just like visiting, not actually staying in the city or anything. But this was like 5 years ago now, so quite a long time ago.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna travel?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to. I don't know where though.
Ron knows where you going.
Yeah, you going. You're traveling far, Ron.
Spain?
Yeah, but I mean, you're also traveling permanently.
Oh yeah, that's different. I'm moving. No, but I'm moving to California. That's different. Like, I'm going to Spain this coming summer. We're still trying to figure that out because like we're staying in like a villa in Seville.
Sevilla, bro.
Sevilla.
That's fancy.
Yeah, it's for my aunt's 60th. But like, I'm trying to figure out if I can like get some time off before that to like go see Madrid or something else. But I haven't planned that out yet. But hopefully, I can just do more than. I mean, seeing Seville would be nice too. But I like, obviously, if I'm going to Spain, I'll try to at least go see like 2 or 3 other cities if possible, just because I haven't been before. But yeah, I guess that's my next planned travel.
That's fun. Wait, it's for your aunt's 60th?
Yeah, she wanted to. She lives in England, and she wanted to do like. She was like the family I was staying with when I went in 2018, and she wanted to do like something fun for her birthday.
That's fucking lit, actually.
Yeah,
that's a
I
great
want
idea.
to be doing that.
Yeah. Invite us, bro.
Yeah, sure, man, come through. We always said we go to a Spanish villa. We should do it though. We should run it.
Yeah. Do you know Spanish?
I did know it pretty well in high school. Like I took up to AP, but I can still understand it pretty well. I can't speak as well as I was able to back then because back then like they make you practice quite a lot, but I don't practice at all, or I don't even speak it anymore. So like my understanding is like also not as good as it used to be, but it's I think it's decent. I can get by, but if I was to speak, it would just be kind of embarrassing. I feel like at this point.
I actually think speaking would be okay, but understanding, they talk so fast, man. Faster than I remember.
Especially in the south of Spain, they speak even faster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you might be cocked.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the crazy thing. Like me, I studied Spanish since I was in kindergarten.
Wow.
Really?
Until like 12th grade. And do you think I know it? Take a guess.
Tell me.
Hola.
You tell me. I feel like if you study for that
No,
long, I'm sure you should know a good amount.
Yeah, that's what you think. Like, that's America.
That's America.
I was so ashamed when I was in Europe because everyone knows like 3 or 4 languages fluently.
Yeah,
there.
dude, Europeans know
And
Europeans themselves know so many languages. It's crazy.
It's so embarrassing when I'm just like, do you speak English? Like, I'm like, I'm so sorry. And that everywhere I went, I was like, oh my God. I was just like so embarrassed that I couldn't speak another language, or at least try to. Like, I would learn hello and thank you and stuff. But my friend Helly, who lives in Brussels, was telling me, like, you can't even have a job as a student unless you know 3 languages, I believe.
That's crazy.
Because in Belgium, they speak Dutch, English, French,
German, Italian.
yeah, I don't even know. And then she was like, yeah, I also know Portuguese. And I was like, oh my God, baby, what?
Yeah.
And then I tell people I like studied Spanish for 10 years in the States, and they're like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, un poquito.
Yeah, there's a Belgian player and like soccer player named like Romelu Lukaku. I remember seeing a video where like he was like able to speak like or say like different sentences in like 8 different languages, something crazy like that. It's wild.
He's a polyglot.
A polyglot?
That's a person that knows many languages.
Really?
I think more than
What
3.
did you get that word from?
I know words, fam.
You know it's word, bro.
What'd you do? Take the GRE fucking word thing? Is that what that's from?
No, I knew that from back in the day, innit?
How long have you been
That's
holding
so cool.
Polyglot.
I want to be a polyglot.
You should. Since you're world traveling now,
That's
you
like-
better learn everything.
I know. That's like a new LinkedIn title for me. You know when people are like, your name, and then it's like, what
Yeah,
you do?
yeah.
Polyglot.
Inquire within.
Yeah. Aspiring polyglot.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It
I'm
is.
put that on my resume.
That can be a new Instagram handle.
Aspiring polyglot?
It's a mouthful.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's taken. I feel like
Yeah.
there's very few people who would take that. Okay. Now I feel like I have to like keep myself accountable for actually becoming
Sorry,
a
next
polyglot.
time we're not letting you back on the show until you've learned another language.
Oh no.
We'll see if we hold ourselves to that even. But yeah, so a polyglot. That's such a long word, Tarun. And 30 seconds is a long time. So we're gonna go take an ad. We'll be right back.
And we're back. So, Tam, do you want to give us like 3 like highlights or funniest or craziest moments from your trip?
It'd be the craziest
Had
night
diarrhea.
out. Where's like the craziest
Oh.
night? What's the craziest like place you slept in during your month
Why are
and
you
a half?
skipping over that, bro? She just said she had diarrhea.
Oh, I did not hear her say that. That's my bad. Okay, go with that. We
Okay,
go with that.
explain.
Oh, no, what's there to explain? I had
What's there to
diarrhea.
So was that a highlight or?
You said craziest thing that happened. Okay.
Oh no! Is it something you
Oh,
ate?
so
I'm
that's what
assuming?
you're doing in your meetings.
That's why she's on the
Yeah.
toilet.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's why I was on the fucking toilet. Took all my sick days. So I still had diarrhea.
Oh my
But it is true. I did have diarrhea and I had the stomach bug on Halloween.
Oh,
And I was going to be Shrek on Halloween
Oh my god!
because
So
I had a green
she made the mud.
I had a green blazer. That was like the only clothing item I had that was like, I was like, I'm gonna make my Halloween costume out of this. What can I be?
Mhm.
And I made ears and I couldn't even go out as
no.
Shrek. And it was so
Aw.
disappointing. Like I had practiced my makeup the night before.
Hmm.
I bought like this shimmery green thing and I put it all over my face. And then
Did you just
I got-
post something
I got
about
the
Shrek
stomach
recently
bug.
on Instagram?
Yes, I love Shrek.
was it like Shrek? Is Shrek 2 the greatest movie? Was that you? I don't know if that was you or not.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
probably. Yes, I love Shrek. No, that's not. I actually, I feel like a lot of crazy shit happens, but I don't ever think of it as crazy.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So
Just another Tuesday.
yeah, casual stuff. Oh, I went out with a group of friends and we got egged. Is that crazy?
Oh my god!
In
What?
what
Egg.
country?
Like someone threw in Amsterdam. Someone threw an egg out of their apartment window.
Holy shit!
And it hit one of the girls in my group.
Oh, that
Oh my
sucks.
God.
Could that not,
Did it hit on the
kill
head? Did it hit on the
somebody,
head?
low-key?
Hit on her on the chest.
Uh-huh.
I
Oh,
think.
thank God.
Damn!
What the?
I mean, not thank God, but
we were being too loud.
Thank God.
you were being too loud, so they threw an egg at you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They were egging you on.
I have a lot of like stories from other people that I met solo traveling, mostly hostel stories of people like I don't know, doing like sexy things in the bunk below them.
Oh no!
And then, like, because in hostels, usually you have a bunk, right? And you have a curtain.
right.
Like, in most of the hostels I stayed in, you had a curtain so you can't see. But some hostels, you don't have a curtain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even if you do have one, you should, like,
Yeah.
respect other
Yeah,
people
yeah,
in there
yeah.
because there's probably, like, 10 other people.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, the whole bed would be shaking.
Oh,
or,
no.
like, people just, like... Because people who stay in hostels, like, are most likely they're alone,
Yeah.
right? So... also people coming back from partying and just like puking and not remembering.
Oh.
And so like the whole room is just like stinking and everyone like has to sleep in their stink because they're like, I'm not supposed to clean. Am I supposed to clean?
Yeah, you don't know what
Am I not?
Where's the bathroom?
You know? I did have a situation where I went on a date like right before I went to Europe, like when I was in DC, and it went well. But then he wanted to go on a second date. And then he's like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "Oh, not here."
Not crazy.
I'll be in Europe.
That's like, first day went so well. I flew like 500 miles away from you.
When are you coming
Had to
back?
get away.
When are you coming back? Never.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's all
literally,
ogre
he was like,
now.
"When are you coming back?" And I was like, "I don't know, but I'm here." And then we actually met in Budapest.
No way.
So
What?
yeah, a couple months. It was like not that serious, you know.
Yeah.
Like it was a good first date. We've been talking like on and off while I was there, and it was very like surface level. So he had quit his job, and then he was like going to start a new one. He had like a gap in between. So he's like, "Oh, where are you?" And I was like, "Oh, right now I'm in Amsterdam, but I don't like have any plans. I was thinking about these locations go to next." And he was like, "Oh, well, I was thinking about going there too." So we met in Budapest and stayed at the same hostel, not in the same rooms or anything. See, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's like from a movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what you guys getting
Yeah.
married now?
No, we're still friends. We're just friends.
Awesome.
We went there and there was like it's just friendly vibes. Didn't go on a second date. I don't think. Like I wasn't under the impression that whatever.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
all the things that
though.
we did like in groups with
Yeah,
friends and stuff. And the funny thing is, this is specifically to Budapest because I had met a lot of people, like international friends there. Like met a girl from Denmark, met a girl who's like celebrating her birthday there, and like had been going. I don't know. Yeah, she'd also been traveling around Europe, but she was like, I want to go to Budapest for my birthday, so I'm here alone, which is like super cool.
yeah.
She was Spanish. Met a guy from Syria.
Damn.
A girl she was studying in Rome, and then him, and then there was this Irish guy
Holy shit.
who lived in Paris, and then,
What the heck? What
was
the
like-
hell's going on?
yeah. So that was like our friend group that I made.
A literal
when we
melting
met
pot,
when we
bro.
were there.
That's crazy.
And the funniest thing is they called me a Karen. Do you guys think I'm a Karen?
What?
What?
Right?
Because you're American.
It might be.
No, they were like, legit, you're a Karen. Like, their definition of Karen is like the same definition of a Karen in America.
Yeah.
And it's because we had paid for this bar crawl, and they were like, you can pay in euros. But in Budapest, they take Hungarian money, which is not euros. But I was like, oh, I only have euros. And it said on the thing that we could pay in euros. So I went and I paid in euros to the guy who had organized it. And he didn't have change for me. And I was like, I need change. And so I followed him around like the whole night, and they're like, "You're such a
for that.
such a Karen." And then I
Fuck
was
that, I'll
like,
get
"You
my
need to
money
pay
too.
me back," because I thought he was gonna get me fucked up. Like he was gonna get me like super drunk and like forget, then like not pay me back. Because I was like, "You're not gonna scam me. I'm not gonna be a solo traveler. You're not gonna scam me." So it was like raining, and I made him hold the umbrella on top of my head the whole night.
Oh my.
And I was like, free shot, because he wouldn't.
Yeah.
He was like, I need to wait until someone else pays me in euros to pay you back in euros. And I was like, all right, well, you're gonna
Wait, you
hold
could
my
have.
fucking
Why
umbrella.
didn't you offer to pay you back in Hungarian dollars or something at least?
I don't know. I think it was like, I think I gave him like 100 euros, and it was only like equivalent to 10 or something.
Oh,
Like he probably, I think he had a lot to pay me back for in Hungarian money. But that is a great question. And then I made him get me and my whole group like extra 3 shots, because by the end of the night he could not pay me back in my euros. And then everyone was like, "Tam, you're such a Karen. Like, I'm scared of you."
I feel like being a
What?
Karen is like doing something unreasonable, but in my opinion, that's like pretty
that's pretty reasonable.
yeah.
yeah.
Also, like out there, I feel like
Right.
sometimes maybe this is not like what that guy was trying to do, right? But out there, I feel like sometimes they do try to scam like people from out of the country, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
I think you can't be
I know I
you can't be
look
soft
different,
about it. You gotta
but-
get your money back.
yeah, shout out to you.
that's what I learned. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You can, especially
Thank
if you're a
you.
solo traveler. I think you need to be like you can't. You
Yeah.
have to be street smart like that. You can't just like be a pushover and be like, okay, I'm not giving my money back. Oh well,
Yeah.
I just lost a lot of money on this. Oh well, like I mean, like know what it's worth.
Yeah, I probably did some other things too. I think they had pointed out some other things that I did, but I just thought that was so funny because I wouldn't consider myself a Karen either, but I guess if I'm in another country. Oh, we were at this bar and these British people came up to us, and there was a Mexican guy in our group,
Oh, no.
and they were like, "Oh, how'd you get here with a visa?" And I was like. The guy was like, I don't care that they said that to me. I was like, you don't care? I care. And so I was like, I stood up from the table and I was like, excuse me.
Yeah.
I was kind of drunk, so I don't exactly remember the extent of the things. I didn't punch him or anything, but I was like, they're being so rude, like, hold me back, basically. All my friends were like, no, Tam, like, it's fine, don't make a scene. And I was like, bro, I was so angry. Yeah. Don't do that to my friend.
Yeah, that's
what the
fucked.
heck?
It's always the British, bro.
Double shout out to you, bro. Sticking up for people.
Hey, don't steer it. Hey, British aren't all British people like that.
Bro,
man.
so many of them are assholes, though.
So many assholes.
There are a lot of assholes.
Yeah,
there are a lot of
a
assholes.
lot of them.
I think, like, you know what? Like, I feel like British people give Americans a lot of shit.
No, they're
like,
arguably just. I feel like we have a lot more issues like in our society, but the people themselves.
Their drinking culture there is like the biggest red flag I've ever seen from like any other country. I feel like.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't feel super welcomed when I was there,
Yeah.
but by the people that I knew, of course.
Right.
But by other people, I was just like,
yeah.
they're kind of mean.
Yeah.
And like still pretty racist, even though there's like, I guess, a diverse amount of people that are there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine. I think like I'm more forgiving for people who like live in Europe and are racist to me because like everyone that is there is white. So like that's just all they know basically. There was this really sweet moment in Switzerland though where this lady was like laying down on the pebbles and we were on the beach and she kept like looking at me and she was like, you look so beautiful, let me take a picture of you.
Wow.
And I was like, no, it's okay. And she was like, no, like I see this vision, like just give me your phone. And she took pictures of me. I looked ugly as fuck. I looked at the pictures and I was like, this is bad. But I thought the moment was like really sweet and we had talked a lot and then I told her like I was from the States and she was like, no, like where are you really from? And I was like, oh, okay. I understand what you mean now. I'm Vietnamese American, so my parents are from Vietnam. I don't know. Do you guys get like ticked off by that question?
Yeah.
Or do you ever get asked?
Yeah, I did when I traveled. Also,
Question,
like,
shut up.
we went ATVing in Cabo and like the ATV guide, really nice guy, honestly. Like I don't think he meant anything bad by it. I just don't think he realized like it's sort of messed up to say it. I didn't really give a fuck, but he called me Ramesh Patel, and he's like, "Oh, I had a friend like you, Ramesh Patel. What's up, Ramesh Patel?"
Like he actually had a friend named Ramesh. I think he actually had a friend named Ramesh
I think
Patel.
he actually did too. But
and then he just like
he
Turn was the lead. Like Turn was
like
like the leader, like self-appointed leader of the group. Because he was the leader of the group, I guess. And then like he was just like, oh, Indian guy, Ramesh Patel. Let's just put the 2 and 2 together. And then we just went with that. And like it was funny in the moment, but then you're just like,
I think it's fine.
On second thought.
I don't think he knows any better.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like different because he's like a Mexican guy. You know what I mean? Like if a white guy said that to me, that'd be a little bit more like, hey.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of stereotypes, we actually have a quick game to play with you if we want to, do a little rapid fire. We, as a group, have prepared a bunch of stereotypes for each of the countries that you visited, and I want you to tell me if they are true or not.
Okay.
So the first one, France. Are they really, fuckers that, they get a cigarette and a baguette when they go home? And even though that sounded kind of Italian, I think.
Yeah.
Why did you shouldn't have done the accent.
And are they like really rude? I don't know. What did you think? What do you think?
I actually really liked France. I think the baguette thing, they're mostly croissant people, I would say. Croissant. And I think mostly because my experience there, I stayed with Maggie's family, and so to me they were really nice.
Yeah.
Was the family staying in like Paris itself, or is it like in a different city?
Oh, her family lived in Marseille, which is in the south. So Paris, I didn't spend long enough in Paris to think people were rude, but I feel like Americans are more rude.
Yeah. Okay, great. Next one, Italy. Do they talk like this with the hand motion? And do they drive crazy and are they fashionable?
Yes, and yes.
Great.
Yes.
What was the best outfit you saw there?
Oh, actually, I don't know if they're fashionable.
Okay, that's okay.
Did you feel like you need to step up when you were there, like when you're in Milan, I guess?
Okay, they were fashionable in the fact that they dress smart, like smart clothing, like business, like really well. I stayed with my friend Eduardo in Monza, which is close to Milan, and his girlfriend had impeccable style.
Yeah.
It was like Zara Aritzia-esque style.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say like it's very put together. It's not very messy and eclectic.
Right. Yeah, I mean, when you think of like Italian suits and stuff, they're very like about the fit.
Armani.
And, like extremely like, like cut exactly. Anyway, next one, Germany. First question, were they very efficient people? Or were the systems, the infrastructure there very efficient, engineered well?
Yes, that was actually perfect. They walk so fast,
Really?
so
waste no energy.
freaking fast.
That's hype.
Like I've
Yeah,
never
Tamara
seen
like trying to
people
ask people
walk
what
so fast in my
direction.
life.
They're just walking, just zooming past her, bro. Like, no one would stop.
Yeah. No, everything is super efficient there. It felt a lot like New York to me,
I got you. Okay.
except better.
Next question. Did they drink a lot of beer? Were they big beer people?
In Germany.
Yeah, in Germany.
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
Did you drink a lot of beer?
I did drink a beer with every meal, I'm pretty sure.
Oh wow. Oh.
A long boy.
Nice.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
There's a German word for it, but I
Yeah.
don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Me either.
Okay, next one, Switzerland. Did you eat any Swiss cheese? Did you have chocolate?
Pure
was
answer
there
the
a lot
chocolate
of
part.
cheese and chocolate? Yeah, you're right. Cheese? Switzerland?
Cheese. Yes, I ate cheese. I had the cheese fondue.
Wow.
Ooh.
Did it taste?
No, it didn't taste good.
Oh.
Well, it wasn't like something I remember well. Like I wouldn't say it was the best thing I ate.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't eat it again. I would just rather have a grilled cheese or like melt my own American cheese.
But how much would a grilled cheese from Burger King be there, though?
There's a grilled cheese
I don't know.
at Burger King?
I was just referring.
How dare you? How dare you?
Oh,
Okay, next one. We kind of already talked about this, but the UK, are they really assholes? Are they really racist? Are they really? I mean, is there really rain?
yes.
Okay, great. That was fast. Last one, Belgium. Did you eat waffles? Did you have chocolate? Do they know many languages?
Yeah, you
We
kind
talked
of
about the last one.
Yes, and yes.
Wow.
Wow, you're so good. Where did you get these stereotypes from? Your brain?
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
from brain.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly from brain.
Mostly from
the
brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how was the
Word.
waffle in Belgium? Were they actually like, people were like, wow, this is a great waffle.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, wow, for sure.
I guess the ones that we didn't have things for, because we don't know much about the Eastern European countries like Czech, Croatia, and Hungary. Like, what were the main selling points from those countries when you visited them?
Were they
Like,
hungry
what stood
in
out?
Hungary?
No, don't answer that.
Oh, I was hungry and hungry. Yeah. Oh, the food was amazing. The fried cheese,
Ooh.
so good.
That sounds good.
So good. Croatia, best burger I've ever
Wow.
had. Ever in my whole life. Like,
Were you in Zagreb?
best stew. I was in Zadar, Split, and Dubrovnik. So no, I think we might have passed Zagreb.
I only know like
but
two
yeah,
cities
the
in.
I don't even know what you just said, honestly.
Yeah. Super cheap countries, like Eastern European countries are very cheap, and the food is very good. So I would go back to only Eastern Europe if I was going back to Europe.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's a
Was
cool-
Vienna
that's cool
on
to
your
know.
list?
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
it was on your list, or?
Oh, I wanted to be on my list. Like, it wasn't before. I didn't get to go
True.
to Vienna. Yeah, but I heard Hungarians are mean. I didn't interact with too many Hungarians when I was in Hungary. But all the Hungarian people that I did talk to, they're like, "You like Hungary?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Like, wow.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. Just like how the waffle. I was like, "Wow."
You're as good. Hungary is as good as Belgian waffles.
Wow.
To me,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do I think of Hungary? I think of what's that guy in Harry Potter, like in the fourth movie, like in the books? What, Victor Crumb? And that's what I expect Hungarian people to be like. I don't even know if he like.
They walk in that scene,
Victor
right, and they just all have like wooden staffs or poles and just bang on the ground and like sparks fly.
That's literally what I expect Hungarian men, I guess, to look like.
Interesting.
So I guess I know nothing about the country. Excited to learn.
Well,
Yeah, that concludes the stereotype game. But
It wasn't a
since
game. It was more
That was
just
fun.
there's just stereotype. This concludes all stereotypes ever.
Yes. And now that we have concluded that, Christian has another game for us.
Yeah, this one's a little not. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe this. Basically, I looked up headlines from across those countries that you've been to, and so except for Mexico, because we're talking about the Europe trip more.
Okay.
We'll try to run through this pretty quickly, but you have to match the headline to the country. So I'm going to give you the headline, and you have to match it to the country.
Okay.
So let's start on probably the most depressing note. Two killed, several injured in a train knife attack.
Oh my god! Wait, 2 killed,
Is this
7
Belgium?
injured.
Several.
Oh, several injured.
Several injured.
I feel like it's like, I don't know, what's an aggressive place?
Hungary. Victor Crumb and his boys.
So Bel-
I only say Belgium because like when I was there, I heard that the train system had a lot of issues. Like, or people like aren't about, they always do train strikes and stuff. Like they hate the trains
Interesting.
because of some political thing.
Interesting.
But I don't know.
I think it's the UK because stabbing culture in the UK is very prominent.
I'm glad we went back to the stereotypes.
Stabbing culture. There's a culture of
Yeah.
stabbing. You can make
Yeah,
that.
like out here it's guns. For them, it's stabbing, knife attacks. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Knife talk.
That's
Knives don't kill people.
okay.
Anyway, it's Germany.
Fuck.
Damn.
Oh.
Damn, if they were efficient, there'd be more than several injured. There'd been several dead, right?
They just decapitate
God.
in like one foul swoop. He has like a katana.
Oh.
Sorry, that's not funny.
You guys are so
Yeah.
creepy.
But actually, in reality, respect to the rest in peace to those who died. That is actually very sad.
Yeah. And
I did not expect Germany to be like that, though.
Hey man, you never know.
Hey, Angela Merkel, fix yourself up, bro. What'd you happen in your country?
On a completely unrelated note, next headline is 12% of population in this country dispute Holocaust reality.
Just
Dispute Holocaust reality.
Yeah, like they don't believe it exists. Like it didn't happen.
And I'm assuming it's not Germany. It could be against Germany.
Yeah.
I think it's UK.
Hmm.
Still.
I'm trying to think of like.
This is like
Sorry,
no, I'm talking out loud.
I was also talking out loud. I'm trying to think of like countries that were close to Germany that were impacted by the Holocaust, but none of them.
I feel
One
like 12% is a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of places where there's stupid people.
So you went to the UK.
Yeah.
Don't guess wrong.
I don't
my guess will be
know.
Italy
Because
because they were like part of
Oh.
the Axis, not Axis power. What was the
Axis.
for the Axis?
Yeah.
Was it the same for both? What was it for the
Oh,
first
wait.
war?
Maybe
I
that
don't
was
know
the First
history.
World War.
Anyway, they were part of the bad
Yeah.
people, I guess, in World War II. So
Yeah.
even though they lost pretty quickly, so yeah, I'll go Italy.
I think I will say Italy too, but I really don't know.
True, you said the UK? Because you think they're stupid? Okay, well, it's the Netherlands.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
I wonder why.
I almost said that, but I don't know why.
Okay, I think those are all the bad ones. Oh no, there's one. Okay, no, there's one more. One more, like not good one. Education in the spotlight as watchdog warns of sexist backlash sweeping this country.
Sexist backlash.
So basically, there's like sexism in education.
Does that mean it's a progressive country?
It could mean that.
No.
Wait, why would that mean a progressive country?
Like they're saying,
They're wanting to change it to be unsexist.
right? They're
That's what it
warning
means.
about sexist backlash or something. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Sexism.
Which country's big on sexism?
Is it France?
It could be France. That's a good shout.
I don't know.
I like France. I'll go France.
I like France. I'll go Italy.
France. Yeah, I guess I'll just say France. I don't
Well,
know.
we have our first point as it is France.
Damn.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Good shit, Tam. Let's go.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
The rest of these are either funny or slightly positive. Okay. Yeah, this one's funny. Why do right-wing governments hate ravers? Like people that go to raves. Why do the right-wing government hate people that go to raves?
Is there a lot of raving in Amsterdam?
Oh, probably.
But we already
Or
used Netherlands.
German-
so-
oh, wait.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
We already
yeah.
used Germany too.
Mhm.
Where else do they rave?
And we'll
Where-
Czech
where did I
Republic.
go?
Czech Republic. Yeah, this is Czech Republic.
The UK.
Mm.
Mm.
It is
It is the UK.
Belgium.
Oh,
So,
Why Belgium?
I don't know, man. They're doing some insane research over there. This one I think is one of the funniest.
Oh, I could have gone that, man. I'm pretty
Why?
sure like the big Tomorrowland, which is like a big EDM festival, is in Belgium. Belgium's in Belgium. So that could be my educated guess.
Mm.
Fuck.
You're so stupid.
Yeah, you should be in the Netherlands.
You're in the Netherlands.
No, the
Anyway.
UK. I said UK is stupid. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, this one I think is the funniest one. This country mourns death of greedy mountain bear.
What? Greedy mountain bear.
Bear, yeah, this like mountain bear died, and the whole country was mourning it for like
Why
3
is it
days.
greedy?
oh my god.
Why?
Because I think it would steal from like people who are hiking the mountain. Like it would steal food and shit. Like
Well,
Yogi
we haven't
Bear.
used Switzerland. We haven't used Switzerland yet, right?
No, you haven't used Switzerland.
Yeah,
That's
but
my guess.
where's the Toblerone bear from? Did we say Germany?
Yeah,
But we already used Germany.
yeah.
Croatia.
Ooh.
I need to look at this list again.
I feel like Croatians are so nice and they would grieve over a bear. Switzerland, maybe.
I'm gonna say Switzerland because I feel like they would, and they like mountains.
Well,
Yeah, that's the reason why I said.
Haran, you should have stuck to your true roots and gone to Italy because that's where this mountain bear.
What the
is.
fuck?
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Hold up. Let's see if I can find it again because then the mountain bear had a name too. Like this thing.
They
was
named
like,
the bear.
This like was with this bear was in the culture, bro.
It's a
Yo,
town
you
legend.
guys want to know something crazy that I learned in Italy?
What?
There's an Italian poet who got his ribs removed so he could suck his own dick.
Got his what removed? Sorry?
His ribs.
His ribs removed?
Like Marilyn
Yeah.
Manson.
Who? He did that?
that's
For
the
what?
rumor. I don't know if it's true or not.
And I was asking my Italian friends I made how they knew this, and they're like, they teach it to you in school.
What?
What do you mean they teach this in?
I was like, are you,
This is how you do it. You just do the kind of
I was like, are you
Surely-
messing with me? They're like, no, we're not. Like, we went to the museum and like, I don't know if they saw the ribs. Maybe I'm making that part up, but I for sure know that they're like, they learned about it in school.
Did he write poems about this after?
Didn't I?
I saw. No. Did he?
He writes like a
Dude.
haiku.
Oh my god.
I suck thyself.
I suck dick. It was thick.
Oh my god.
Okay, so getting back to the
Sorry.
bear. The bear's name was Juan Carrito.
Oh.
And he was known
wow.
as greedy because he was a rare brown bear that he broke into a bakery and ate all the biscuits in the bakery.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
Oh, Juan. Oh, Juan.
So,
Carlito.
And he
that's-
died?
yeah, and that's why the country mourned him.
It's like there
R.I.P.
for Harambe, except in a positive light.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 5 countries left. As a reminder, we've got Hungary, Switzerland, Czech Republic, United Kingdom, and Croatia. Laughing gas could be banned from sale in antisocial behavior lockdown. So this country is trying to outlaw the sale of laughing gas to be used like as a drug, I guess.
It's got to be the
Czech.
UK. I feel like UK had a really problematic time with all the lockdowns.
I feel like you just think UK is problematic in general.
Yeah, he's just pushing the UK narrative too hard.
But I love it in it.
Well, we had. Sorry, can you repeat the countries that have left?
Hungary, Switzerland, Czech Republic, the United Kingdom, and Croatia.
Hungary.
Why? Tim?
Why Czech?
Why both? Yeah.
I think people party a lot in Czech, so I don't know anything.
I have no reasoning. I miss my Hungarian boys.
Okay, well, I don't know how this happened, but it is UK, so
Let's go. Let's go.
Finally.
I knew it. I know those guys over there and girls.
Okay, now we've got one more semi-funny one. Young boy from this country aims for world fame with sneakers. So this kid in this country is trying to just get famous off of sneakers.
And we have Czech, Hungary, Croatia,
And Switzerland.
Switzerland. Young boy shoe. I think there are young boys everywhere.
Yeah, Young Boys is a club in Switzerland, so I'm gonna go to Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland. Just
I'm
because,
going
like,
to Croatia.
I guess fashion is like prominent there.
Well, this child is not starving because he is from Hungary.
Damn it! I should have stuck with
Oh.
Hungary.
That was
Yeah, you get
fun.
1 point, man. Fuck.
Hey, we got 3 countries left.
Wait, will I get an automatic point in the last one? Because we all have to guess it.
I guess I won't do the last one.
No, do it, please.
Okay, this one is a neutral one. I couldn't find any.
Switzerland.
This country recently ditched the euro and now is in a passportless zone that you can travel in and out of without a passport.
They ditched the euro?
Mhm.
They ditched it? Or they're introducing it?
Oh, no, they're introducing the euro. I read it wrong.
Oh, Croatia.
Croatia.
That's not fair, Ron. Go away.
Croatia.
That was my guess, man.
Switzerland. He already
That
said
was my-
Switzerland.
No, because he said neutral. That was a joke, bro.
No, you picked it.
Wait, you don't need a passport to go to Croatia?
So I'm only giving Tam the point because she obviously knew the answer. Because she knew
That was
all
my
the-
an- that was my
she knew
answer.
she knew all the other countries used
That
the
was
euro.
my answer.
Shut up.
No, that's crazy, man.
So yeah, so there's like this zone in Europe where you can like if you're in it, it's kind of like how the UK had it when you can like go in
Oh.
between the countries without
It's
having
the
to.
Skirgism zone.
Yeah, that one.
That's the visa zone and not
Yeah.
visa zone. Okay.
And so Croatia, as of this year, is now in that zone.
Okay, so if you visit Europe and you want to stay for more than 3 months, you can just go to Croatia for a day and then come back and it'll restart your days. I didn't know that, but that's cool. That's good to know. Croatia, have you guys been? You should go. It's really nice.
Haven't been.
I've heard.
I have a
I've heard
Croatian
about the
friend
lakes.
though. Maybe I'll go with him.
The hikes are really nice and the water's really nice. Like, if you ever thought about Amalfi in Italy, have you thought about that? I would just, like, skip Amalfi and go to Croatia
The
instead.
cheaper version.
Yeah, cheaper version, way less tourists. I think Croatia is becoming more popular for tourism now, but like everywhere I went in Amalfi, I don't know if you guys have gone there. Just the coast in general. I'm not talking about like
Yeah.
specifically just
Right.
Amalfi, but like Positano. I just felt like if you were not there for a bougie vacation and like a boat ride, just don't go there at all.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But it is very beautiful.
The pictures look really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, the hike I hiked there and it was so beautiful. But people don't go there to hike, you know, because I didn't even know that the hike was a thing. Just in very Instagrammable spots.
Very good to know. So shout out Croatia.
Yeah.
And so now this one is worth 2 points because you obviously will know the answer to the last one. So scientists test new inhalable drug to treat COVID and other diseases in this country.
And it's between Czech Republic and Switzerland.
Yes, sir.
Switzerland. They care about their people more.
Damn, bro, you really don't like the Czech.
No, I like their republic. I like it.
Yeah, I'll just go Czech Republic to be contrarian.
Wow. You know, everybody gets a point because Ron got a point. So
Let's go!
Oh, nice.
And for Switzerland, the government steps up to fight athlete abuse.
Athlete
Oh.
abuse?
Yeah. I don't
Like racism abuse? Or?
I would assume it's either that or like negligence or something.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah. Shout
Nice.
out all these countries. Very, as
Thanks for
Tam
putting that
said,
together, Christian. That was informative.
Yeah,
thank you, Christian.
World news today.
Now we don't need stereotypes. We have these world headlines that we can go by now.
Yeah, that was really hard.
Yeah. Next time I think about Belgium, I'm gonna think about waffles. I'm thinking about stabbing.
All right.
But definitely, I can't wait to go to Brussels this year then. So we've talked a lot about all of the travel, and you talked a little bit about your clothing details, especially your Halloween costume that you never got to use. But a lot of people know you for your thrifting, your thrift account. So how much of your trip was dedicated to thrifting clothing and like trying out clothes in different countries, or like the experiences? Like, what was that like?
Oh yeah, like the whole trip basically. I brought a checked bag home, but I actually didn't really like let myself thrift until the very end, because I did bring like a packable tote bag.
Mm-hmm.
So it like squished, but it was like a huge bag from IKEA.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't let myself buy any souvenirs until I reached like my last couple countries, because I knew I was going to take the trains to them, because I was doing a mixture of like flying, busing, taking the train to each country, and with like the budget airlines, it just does not let you do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Every other day I would like check out a new spot, and the fashion that they have there is just insane. Like, when you go into a vintage store, you can also go into a regular thrift store and find the exact same things, and it'll be as curated as a vintage store. So like, my recommendation, if I was to recommend, is just find a regular thrift store, or just like go to the flea market and haggle. Because one time I got a whole bag of things for free.
For free?
Wow.
They just gave away clothes like that?
Yeah, I think I was like there towards the end of the market, which was like 1 or 2 p.m. It wasn't even that late. And I was picking out some things, like I got Lee jeans and Wrangler jeans and like a blazer, a leather jacket, a pair of shoes. And I was like, how much is this? And they're like, free. And I was like, what?
Wait.
Are you sure? Like, I didn't even have to do anything. You know how I was like being a Karen and like being strong the whole time? I was like, and I was like, that prepared me for this moment. I know.
Tam was like, I'm down to fight for this a little more. You just gonna get it for free.
Yeah, come on, like, give me a little something.
Easy?
Give me a little trouble. I welcome it. But they were like, no, free. And I was like, okay, I'll take that.
That's how you.
In London, I thought I would be thrifting a lot, but they have a lot of charity shops there, which like, I don't know if you went into any of them, Haran, but like, they're quite small and the selection's a little different. So it was really cool to see like the uniqueness of secondhand stores in each of the countries. Did you want to know anything like specific about it, or just?
I don't know. I was just curious because like I feel like maybe not the fashion would be like inherently different, but maybe the experiences would be different in each country. Where like getting the different clothes, or like you said, you had to haggle. I feel like that's just not a thing here. Like nobody haggles for anything here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say like flea markets in Brussels. All the flea markets I went to in Brussels were like really good. In Amsterdam, all of the flea markets I went to were really good. It was just like piles and piles of clothes, and that's like the kind of thrifting that I like. Right? I can support a vintage store, but like for me, I love the process of just like digging through things and finding that like piece, that one special thing. And also a lot of the times they don't have prices on stuff when you go to the flea market, so you kind of have to just like guess for yourself how much it is, or they'll ask you how much you want it for. So Amsterdam, Brussels were my favorite for flea markets, and then Budapest was amazing for for the thrift stores, because they had this one chain called Humana, and every day it would decrease in price depending on like the day of the week. And like at one point, and they also had like thrift happy hour, so randomly they'll be like, oh my god, everything's 50% off, everything's 50 cents.
Oh my god.
And then it's like, I'm literally like, oh my god, and I'm like running with all my stuff and sweating and trying to like try things on and like waiting in line. I'm like, oh my god, I only have like 20 minutes to wait in line until like the happy hour is over. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, that's like the most stress I had in Europe after I quit my job. I was like, how am I gonna do this right now? But yeah, it was wonderful, and I had so much fun, and I can't wait to see like what thrifting is like in like other parts of the world too. I didn't get to go when I was in Mexico.
Do you have like a piece or like a few things that were like, oh, this is my best find, or this one like is most important, or whatever?
Yeah, I do. I actually like. So I packed a bunch of things for Europe, right? And I ended up giving away like 80 to 90% of my clothes that I packed and just filling it with thrifted stuff.
Damn.
Because I got so tired of wearing like the same shirt that I would just leave it behind, like donate it or find like a local shop and be like, I don't know, just take it.
Take it.
Yeah, because I got tired of like, I couldn't hold both of them. So that's how I was like thrifting in the beginning, was just like, oh, if I was to add something to my wardrobe, I have to take it out. And also like when I was in Czech Republic, in Prague, I had thrifted this like amazing leather jacket, really amazing windbreaker, and some other things that I wore like a lot throughout my trip. But I ended up giving everything that I thrifted like 5 or 6 things away, like when I reached like my next location, because I was like, oh, I'm tired of wearing this.
That's my.
But
this is what I was gonna actually ask that question, because I was like, when we were talking about like, oh, what we talked to Sam about and like thrifting, I was like, what if like she just lived like outfit to outfit on the trip, and just like whenever she like went to a new city, she just like got rid of her clothes, got new clothes, and just like refreshed. And, that's cool.
I mean, it's not something I expected to do, because I was like, oh, I really like these clothes that I'm bringing. I want to like everything that I buy. But I'm learning. I haven't learned yet, but I'm learning to like detach myself from fashion in that way. Just be like, okay, you know how like relationships have their timeline? It's like my relationship with clothes now has a timeline. Because I love to hoard. I love to buy things, and I'm like, oh, I love my clothes. But even the things that I was thrifting like weren't weather appropriate. So I was just carrying around like weight for no reason. So I had to be. I ended up having to be like super picky with what I brought back and what I could wear, because I sometimes didn't have a washing machine. So I was just like, am I going to be dirty or am I going to be dirty? Like, I don't know. I would just sometimes have to wear those clothes. Right. And yeah, I ended up giving away my leather jacket to my friend Monroe, who was very special. I met him in Budapest, and he's great. Oh my God, I only have his email because he doesn't have... Because I don't have WhatsApp and he doesn't have Instagram, so I should email him and be like, "How's that leather jacket doing?" But
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun because I ended up like, when I met people, I ended up just giving them my clothes. I'm like, do you want this? I feel like you'd like this.
Remember me by this.
Yeah.
That's nice. So cool.
Honestly, it's a really cool way to travel, bro. Just like imagine going to a new place and be like, all right, you know what? I just want to wear something different while I'm at this country, so I'll just go to the thrift shop.
We're just renting out clothes.
Yeah, it's literally just like cheap rent. Yeah, and then you can just give it back to them if you really wanted. You know, that's such a cool idea.
You're right. That was a really cool idea. I didn't even realize it was that cool until now. Thank you. I'm gonna do that in every country
should, man.
that I go to.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's honestly like a cool challenge as well. Like you know, you can make a TikTok out of it, Tim, and then you could then they'll sponsor you, and then you would just go forever.
Who? The thrift stores?
And I don't know, somebody will do something.
Someone will sponsor you.
Yeah, the board of tourism in each country.
Yeah. Honestly,
yeah.
You
know, the funny thing when I get sponsorships, which is like not that often, is like I'm like, you think I'm funny? Because like I post like random. I have no filter on my Instagram or my TikToks. And I'm like, this is so funny. They're like, we love your content. We think you're so beautiful. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, I curse a lot. Like, I'm not say what I want. Sometimes, like, I'll do reviews of things I, like, truly hate. And I'm like, I hate this company. I hate this. Like, I'm very truthful, or I try to be. Yeah. So when people work with me, I'm like, you're either lying and you haven't looked at my Instagram, or you're being truthful and I can just post whatever I want. So I just think it's funny whenever I get something. I'm like, how did this happen? I don't know.
Well, we think you're funny. That's why you're on this podcast 3 times now.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
That's not the
guys.
only reason.
Wow. Well, I joke with my mom, like when I quit my job, I was like, okay, I'm going to become a comedian now. And she was like, she like could not believe me. She's like, do not do that. Actually, when I told my mom I was going to quit my job, she was like, oh my gosh, can you just be normal? Like, can you just be normal? She's like, I just want you to be normal. She's like, no more tattoos, no more piercings. And then I told her I was going to be a comedian, and she gasped. And then she kept saying, please. She was like, she put her hands together. She's like, please be normal. Please be normal.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just laughed, and then she's like, stop laughing. And she's like, seriously, what are you going to do now? And I was like, I told you I'm going to become a comedian. And she was like, no. It's okay. She did not have a heart attack. Everyone's alive and well.
You should make more TikToks, man. I love watching your stuff.
Okay, I will.
And
Thanks.
then you'll be famous.
Be careful.
And then once you're famous, everyone will watch this podcast, and then we'll be famous.
Yeah, I don't know if it works like that, man.
And then we'll all go travel the world, and then we'll never do anything again until they open up space tickets, and then we'll all go to space.
This man in space, man.
Wow.
If you don't end up in space in your life, I'll be very disappointed in you.
It's a goal, man. It's a goal.
You better, you gotta make it happen, man. You better make it happen.
Trust.
So if not space, where to next, Tam?
Tomorrow I'm going to New York for a couple days because my flight to Vietnam is from New York. So I wanted to go because, I went earlier this month. But that was like a girls' trip, so I want this trip to like be meeting up with my friends again. I didn't get to really see them last, so I'm excited to reunite for a couple days, and then flying to Vietnam, and I'm coming back in March.
Wow.
Yeah, so it'll be a 5-week trip, and I'm backpacking it. So I want to do the whole country, and I might leave and go to Hong Kong or Taiwan. But I checked my visa today, and they did my visa all wrong. They put my birthday wrong. They said my visa is only 1 month entry, but I'm like literally, I was like, my flight's literally 5 weeks, so that's like impossible. How you got that wrong? Also, it says it's single entry, and I was like, no, I literally put that I'm leaving the country and I need to come back. So. We'll figure out if it'll be Asia or just Vietnam. And then after that, in May, I'm trying to go do another Asia trip, but that will be longer, like Thailand, Bali, and Philippines. So like a couple months. That's just that. This is the vision. Nothing's been booked.
Sure.
And then I'll come back in August. So like May to August. Maybe sooner. I don't know. And then in October for my birthday, I really want to go to Turkey and see like the hot air balloons. That's like a really big thing there. And I think the International Festival of like hot air balloons is in Turkey is in October. So I'm just going to take this year to chill and like travel and do whatever I want because I can do it now.
Fuck yeah.
And
so cool.
Hell yeah.
You know what? Everyone, just live with your parents. Just like suffer for a little bit and then be free. And that's because people are always asking, like, how do you do it? And I'm like, I don't know. I just fucking do it. You just have to just do it.
Yeah, honestly.
And
well, there's a Nike sponsorship right there. Just do it.
Okay, give me my $25,000 now, please. Yeah, I'm interested to go into the financial space of talking about it too, because I get a lot of finance questions actually. They're like, a lot of people just, how do you buy flights? Like, how do you do this? And how do you do this?
I guess for
how
cheap,
do I like,
yeah.
For cheap?
You know, Tam's a pilot, bro. She has her own plane.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah, actually, a career path, because I met some pilots while I was in Amsterdam, and they fly everywhere, standby for free if they want to. And their family members do too, and their friends do too. Yeah. So one of us
gotta be a pilot.
One of us has got to be a pilot or a flight attendant or something.
Actually, I heard
engineer.
recently that there's a lack in pilots going to pilot school. Like there's a what's the word for it? Not deficiency. They don't have enough for the future. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the word, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't explain the word, so I said phrase. Kill me, sue me, fuck you.
Imagine if they have like Uber for flying. Oh my god, that's like some rich people shit.
Did we talk about this?
They do. They have Uber helicopter in New York, I thought. Maybe they stopped that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's crazy. But yeah, okay, next
When you
time.
get off, you just fucking like jump off.
It's like,
Oh, my top is right down there. I see you, bro.
Or what if you did like, it'd be so cool to do like multiple like stops. Like, just take me to China, and then I'm going to Japan. Oh my god, really? Well, it's like a little layover, That's cute. Okay, guys, let's just do a startup company and do like Uber for airplanes, but like only rich people.
Yeah.
That's how we'll make our money.
oh, so great.
So do you think after all of your traveling and stuff, you'd go back to New York?
I want to. Like, actually, when I was in Europe, I was like, I can't wait to go back to New York. But that was when I was employed, So I'm not worried about unemployment right now. But if I move back to New York, I would start probably thinking about that a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think my soul is not done in New York. Like, I still feel like I want more time there, at least another year or two. I don't know when. After my travels, yeah. When I was in Europe, I was like for sure gonna be back by spring. But now that I'm like seeing how I'm living my life now and how nice it is to like be home and be with family for a little bit before I leave again and do stuff, I think maybe 2024 is on the horizon. Although I really thought I was gonna be back like a lot sooner than that.
Crazy. That's fucking lit, man.
Yeah, everyone's going when I'm leaving, when I'm not there. Like, you're moving there, right?
Yeah.
Amara's moving there.
Yeah, man.
My friend Caitlin's gonna move
You were
there.
the trailblazer. You set their paths.
Well, now if you know, in between, if you want to come visit and stuff, obviously, I guess you have other friends there, but like you can stay with us now instead of us staying with you. So.
Oh,
True.
wait, are you looking yet?
Yeah, I'm going next week to tour, but probably like Lower East Side area.
Wow, that's so exciting! I'm so excited
Thanks,
for
man.
you.
Yeah.
That's
I'm a little
good
anxious
area.
actually. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but like this week I've just been. It's just a big change, I guess.
I think it's fair to be anxious.
Yeah, but I didn't expect it because I feel like I'm really lucky in the fact that I'm going somewhere where I actually know some people and hopefully good roommate, etc. But still, I just feel some sort of like anxiety about going. I don't know, but we'll be fine. Yeah.
It's a
it's
big
your first
change.
day. It's your first time like living outside the house for a long time. I feel like so.
Yeah. So, but it should be good. I think I'm excited for the growth.
Yeah, you're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, I hope you visit.
Party.
Man, in between.
I will. I was thinking like I could do short-term leases and stuff because I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Why am I? Where to next? Seriously though.
Yeah, no, dude, that's fucking awesome, man. Oh, wow.
You can start up your comedy career there too.
Yeah, New York's
Oh
perfect
my
for
god. Okay, Tarun, you gotta help me out, buddy.
I got you, man. I actually know a comedian who can.
Oh, I think I met your comedian friend.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. At
He's been
brunch
on
that
the
one time,
podcast. We could say his name.
but I didn't know if you
What's
want to
his
like
name?
out him, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she met our comedian friend Trevor Noah. Yeah, just low-key flex guys. We know Trevor Noah.
Anyway, he's popping off, man. You know, you could ask him for stuff. I don't know.
Ask him for stuff.
For
And then we'll send your mom a ticket so she can come see you live.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God.
then she'll be the one laughing.
Yeah.
Or it'll be me making fun of her and she's crying.
Oh no.
Or me being traumatized. Just kidding, Mom. Illy.
We'll
Thank you
record
for
it.
birthing me.
We'll all record it and then post the clips to TikTok, and then you'll become double famous, and then you'll get a Nike sponsorship.
Okay,
and then we can go to Asia, and then we can all-
Jet Uber. I'll skip
Dude.
to the end.
I wanted to like go and see comedy shows when I was in Europe, but I was like, I don't understand shit. Like I can't. Like I feel like I could travel and be a comedian. I'm actually not seriously thinking about being a comedian, guys.
Yeah, I know.
You could,
but
though.
you should though. You are genuinely funny.
Oh, thank you.
I don't
feel like
even
it'd be
think you're even
fun.
trying to. You're just a funny person.
I think it'd be fun to like do an improv class. I do really appreciate comedy though. I don't think I have the guts to do it. Like if someone made fun of me, I would probably start crying.
It takes a
I can
lot
just-
to like get up. It takes a lot to get up. Like I feel
Yeah,
like you
for
think
sure.
you're a funny person, then you have to get up there and like see all these people like staring at you, like
Yeah.
expecting them to laugh at your jokes. Like I feel like if I make one joke and it doesn't land, I'll literally just fucking like run off the stage and like go somewhere else. Bro, I could not handle that.
If that
Yeah.
happens, Tam, you just turn on Karen mode and then you say, fuck off.
But you
better
fucking laugh.
Yeah, laugh
Yeah.
right now. Give my euros.
Or I'll make all of you guys come to my show and just laugh at everything.
Yeah, we can fluff it up.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll just lie and be like, oh, what you doing here? Who are you? So many people coming to my show today. Oh my god, I didn't know I was that famous. But you're like all my friends. Free tickets for everyone. They're like, oh, you're that rich? Yeah, I'm that rich. I don't know these people. They just love me. This is me in delirium. Is that what they call it? I'm just delirious all the time. That's my secret.
And that's what's funny.
Respect. Yeah, so I think that's it's a good place to wrap it up for today. We definitely want to thank Tam for coming on, very regular on the podcast, a goated guest.
Yeah, who needs Harsha, man?
Honestly,
Third time's a charm.
yeah. Honestly, we should just sub in Harsha whenever he's gone. Just sub in with Tam. That'd be lit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tam will be a correspondent, but she'd be traveling somewhere else every
yeah.
I think she wants to get up at 3 a.m. in Vietnam, come record with us. I don't think
Hell
so.
yeah, man.
I mean, you guys are cool. I can spare my 3 a.m. beauty sleep.
But yeah, we want to thank you for coming on. Did you want to leave the viewers with anything, a message, or maybe something you learned along your travels, or etc.?
What did I say on the last one? You're hot. You're so hot.
You're so sexy, guys.
Yeah.
And like, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And if they tell you otherwise, just be like, you're wrong.
You don't need them.
You
don't
wrong.
need them in your life.
Yeah, give me my euro. You're wrong.
Give me my
Love that.
Yeah, you have a choice if you want to act hot or not. So why would you not act? Why would you? Oh, I just ruined it. You have a choice whether you want to be. No, you have a choice whether you act hot or not. So why would you not act hot?
Fuck yeah. I'm gassed
fuck
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wednesday night, gassed up.
Yeah, we're gonna tag Tam's Instagram and her Therapy Thrift Instagram, which you guys should all go check out because she makes better content than us.
Hey.
That's a
That's
lie.
true. That's true.
No.
If you want to check out the other posts we make on Instagram, you can check us out at An Interesting Discussion on Instagram. And if you want to listen to this podcast in any place other than where you're currently listening to it, you can listen to it on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Music or Apple Podcasts or Apple TV, anywhere where you can find a podcast. That's going to wrap it up for today. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, thanks, Sam. We'll catch you later.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, guys.
Bye.